So today I spoke at the Embassy focusing on the First Nations Clean Energy Network in Australia, why we established it to help support the participation of our First Nations people in the clean energy transition. And I talked about all the great things that we've done to promote participation, to empower our people, to get government to support us, and to get industry to think more about the way that they engage us and have us participating on their project. We're a small organisation, but we've had a really big impact. We've been doing a lot of advocacy with government, talking about how we can reform our regulations to better support First Nations people in the clean energy transition, how we can get funding to our First Nations groups so that they can start their own projects, deal with their own energy insecurity issues. We also do a lot of work producing guidelines for industry, how to engage our communities, how we expect us to be included and for the benefits of projects to be shared with us. And we also do a lot of work directly with our communities to make sure that they're informed and educated and they have all the tools and resources that they need to make sure that we get good outcomes out of the clean energy transition. Before the establishment of the First Nations Clean Energy Network, we were really concerned that things were going to go in a similar direction to what we saw with the mining industry. So things like really unequal and small amounts of benefit sharing, agreement making that was done in private and that other communities weren't aware of, so that we couldn't do benchmarking. We had no input into projects, we're not able to say no to projects, and we didn't have a lot of First Nations participation or ownership or direction in these projects. So what we wanted to do was make sure that the renewable energy industry was different and that developers knew that we weren't going to accept that anymore and that we wanted to be participating, we want a seat at the table at the decision-making level, and we want to help co-design projects and own them if possible. So now we have 21 projects in Australia that are in development or in construction or have been developed already, which have First Nations participation at the ownership level. So it's a big change for us. We're now in the driver's seat of many of the projects. We also see that we're being included in the conversation. So almost every energy conference that happens, they have to have a session where they're talking about First Nations empowerment and engagement in the clean energy transition. So we've seen a massive amount of support come for the idea of our participation.